Let's go on a little journey together. Deep, deep down. Way, way beneath the surface of the earth, there is a secret world. It's a magical place far away from the sun, but it isn't dark at all. You see, this whole world is filled with the roots of a giant ancient tree. They call it the Deva Koku. And these roots, they glow with a soft, gentle blue light, just like the moon. Can you imagine? The air down there smells so lovely, like fresh, damp earth after the rain, and something sweet, so very sweet.
And in this beautiful, glowing world, well, that's where we meet our friend. A tiny, fuzzy little creature. So small, he could curl up and sleep right in the palm of your hand. His name is Pip. And Pip is what's known as a Nectar-Runner. His job? Oh, his job was very, very important. Every day, he and the other Nectar-Runners would scamper and climb all the way up to the very highest, skinniest parts of those glowing roots.
And why would they climb so high? Well, up there, on the very tippy tops of the roots, tiny little drops of something magical would form. Glistening droplets of what they called peace nectar. And this nectar was so important because it was the only thing that could help the stone elders, these ancient creatures who lived way, way down in the deepest, lowest parts of the root world. Now, the stone elders, they were incredible beings. Imagine, giant, gentle turtles, but their shells weren't shells at all. They were made of beautiful, shimmering crystal. They were so old, truly ancient. And when they moved, it sounded a bit like old stones slowly rubbing together. And, they were almost always a little bit grumpy, but you might be too, because the beautiful crystals on their backs would ache and ache with even the smallest change in the air. And Pip, well, Pip had a very special job. Every single evening, his task was to take the nectar he'd gathered to the grumpiest stone elder of them all. His name was Groll. Oh, poor Groll. His beautiful crystal shells seemed to ache more than anyone else's.
So, one evening, just as the blue light began to soften, Pip arrived at Groll's cave. His little pouch, made from a single leaf, was full. And Pip's tiny legs, they were so tired from all the climbing. Just like always, he could hear Groll groaning inside. You're late, you tiny thing," Groll's voice rumbled. "My sparkle is aching." Pip didn't say anything. He just quietly started to rub the cool, soothing nectar onto Groll's huge crystal shell.
And just like that, like magic, the nectar worked. The ache just melted away. Groll's grumpy groaning softened, and then it turned into a deep, rumbling snore. He was fast asleep. As Pip walked wearily toward the mouth of the cave, he paused. He was thinking. Not one time, not ever, had Groll said thank you. Every day, Pip brought him peace, and in return, all he ever got was a grumble. It made Pip feel so very tired deep inside. And a big question started to form in his little heart. Why, he thought to himself, why do I help him every day? He never helps me. What is the point of being kind if you don't get any kindness back? He just felt so tired, and he couldn't find an answer to his question. So, he made a decision. He gave a firm little nod and said to himself, "Tomorrow, I will not bring the nectar. Tomorrow, I will just rest." Well, the next evening came, and Pip kept his promise. He didn't collect any nectar. Instead, he found his safe, cozy little hiding spot in a crack in the rock right outside Groll's cave. And from there, he quietly peeked out, just to see what would happen. Soon, as the world grew quieter, Groll's groans started. Where is that furry thing? My sparkle, it aches." Hiding there, Pip actually felt a little bit sorry for Groll, but he stayed quiet. Because the nectar didn't arrive, Groll started to get restless. He turned his enormous body to the right and then to the left, and each time his heavy crystal shell hit the cave floor, the ground shook with a low rumble, a deep thump, thump. Pip was a little startled by the movements, but then, as Groll's shell struck the ground again, Pip noticed something strange. He looked up and saw something was happening on the ceiling of the cave. Tiny, silvery flakes were drifting down, shimmering in the soft blue light like gentle snow. These were the ceiling sparkles, and they were the only thing that the Nectar-Runners ate. And in that moment, Pip suddenly understood. The ceiling sparkles only fall when the shell of a stone elder shakes the ground very hard. All of Groll's grumpy, shaky movements, They were shaking down Pip's food.
It was like a silent agreement. Pip's nectar soothed Groll's aching crystals so he could sleep, and Groll's grumpy restlessness when he didn't get his nectar shook down the food that Pip needed to live. They were helping each other all along, without a single word.
Pip stepped out from his hiding place. Groll was still shifting and grumbling, so he didn't even notice him. Quietly, Pip ate his fill of the sweet, shimmering ceiling sparkles, and as his tummy felt full, his heart started to feel warm and full too.
Now he knew he needed to rest well tonight, because tomorrow he would climb the highest branches again and collect the sweetest nectar he could find, all for Groll.
Because now he knew a wonderful secret. Sometimes, when you give to someone else, you are also receiving something in return, in the most unexpected and beautiful ways.
Good night, little Pip. And good night to you, my dear. Perhaps in your dreams tonight, you too will notice the invisible, silent ways the world works together. Sleep well.